and welcome to another episode of Fundy Tidings. I'm your host, Jay Remer, and with me today is Steele, who is going to tell us about a very exciting new concert that is coming up on Ministers Island on July 30th. How are you, Jamie?
Great, Jay.
Thanks for coming on today.
Anytime.
So tell us about Garrett Mason. It sounds like a very exciting show.
Yeah, Garrett is one of a kind. He is the son of Canadian blues legend Dutch Mason. Now, Dutch Mason toured, recorded for years and years and years. He was named by B.B. King, who was the king of the blues. B.B. said, "Dutchie, you're the prime minister of the blues here in Canada." Well, Garrett has taken up his father's standard and moved forward. He performs mostly solo these days. He's a Juno Award-winning blues guitarist, mostly acoustic when he's playing solo, but he often pulls out an electric bass too to do some stuff on that. He's really a treat to watch, an incredible player. You know, little, believe it or not, a little bit shy, but not what comes out of his guitar. Yeah, I think this will be a highlight of the season. He's, as I said, Juno Award winner. He's touring the country. He just recently played in Saskatchewan, for example. And what's great about Garrett, unlike many musicians or groups who have a manager or an agent or a publicist or a record label, Garrett has none of that. He's sort of really under the radar. People find him. He doesn't really look a lot himself. So I think that says something about the quality of his music and the attraction he has. So
you have been bringing fantastic music to the island for the last several years. And it is really gaining traction. The numbers are increasing, and it's coinciding with a whole spat of challenging weather conditions. So how logistically is this concert going to roll out?
Well, as many people will know, the series developed over time, and we kind of settled on an outdoor venue beside the gardener's cottage on the island, which is wonderful, overlooking the water, you know, sunny. For 7 years, we virtually not had to cancel a concert. And then come 2023, and the weather seems to have changed, and luck is not with us. Every show that we've had this year so far, and there have been, we've had 3, we had to cancel 1, but all of those shows, the weather has been not ideal by any stretch. And thankfully, Ministers Island has a large tent, and we've been able to utilize that facility for each of the shows. And yes, the tent itself holds you know, upwards of maybe 200 people, which is wonderful. And we haven't quite maxed out there yet, but we're getting close to it. And I think as the summer goes on and the concerts roll out, that may well be the case. So what we're actually doing this year, just to be on the safe side, is we are selling, initially just selling up to 200 tickets. So just in case the weather is you know, not spot on for our concert date, we know that we can shelter 200 ticket holders. So if, you know, a few days before the concert, if it looks like it's going to be fair weather, we'll release more tickets so that you know, more people can benefit from that. So.
And is there going to be food and beverages available?
Yep, virtually all shows this year. We've had wonderful support from Char and Chowder, local a restaurant in town who has come to an agreement with Ministers Island, and they're offering food and drink before each show. So hopefully what happens is we're able to get onto the island a couple of hours before the show starts, so people can come, have something to eat, and all of that activity will be kind of finished before the show starts, so that people aren't running back and forth to the food truck to get food and whatever.
And so what is the, how do you recommend people book for the concert?
Well, all tickets are available online. There's no site where you can actually go and purchase a physical ticket. So if you want a ticket, you have to book through the Ministers Island website. which is ministersisland.net, and that'll take you to their front page, and there's a link on that front page to the concert series. So it's neat and tidy. I know some people aren't familiar with the online aspect of booking tickets, so maybe you could have a friend help you out.
Call a friend.
If that's the case, yeah. My lifeline, please. I mean, it's worked very well. We have a good sense that way of how many people are coming, and certainly this year with our tent option, we need to know that.
So, what time does the concert begin?
Well, that's a great question, Jay, because up until now, concerts have been at 6 p.m. on the Sunday. This show with Garrett Mason and shows from now on until the end of the season will be starting sometime around 3 o'clock. There'll be afternoon shows. So Garrett's show is at 3 o'clock. Access to the island is a couple of hours before that. And the shows run for about an hour and 15 minutes. There's always plenty of time to get on and always plenty of time to get off the island, so we have no worries that way. But people really should check the Ministers Island website so that they know what time shows do start. I think there might be one in the mix that is not 3 o'clock, but a little bit later, just to allow people enough time to get onto the island.
So we do want, oh, go ahead.
So this Sunday, July 30th, Garrett Mason, 3 p.m. showtime.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And when people go to the island early, you can remember that they can still tour the house and the barn. They can walk on the trails. They can really make a whole afternoon of it.
Well, they can. Yeah, certainly you can spend some time on the island walking around for sure.
Yeah. I know there are a lot of people that you're getting a lot of people, repeat people to these concerts, and so we've noticed a lot more people on the island, but it's also attracting new people to the island who never knew about the island before, and so this whole music series has acted as a great ambassador for the island and for the community as a whole.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that was the initial intent of developing the series, was a way to try to bring more people to the island. Yeah, and as the concert series has grown and become more widely known, I think it has drawn people. I'm certainly noticing a lot of faces that I don't recognize. And usually, or more often in past times when I've set up concerts and produced concerts, I knew maybe 80 or 90% of the people in the audience, which is wonderful. But now that number's sort of, the numbers aren't shrinking, but the number of people that I know is certainly, not as many as I used to. So,
yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Jamie, for sharing all that with us. And thank you for joining us today for another episode of Fundy Tidings.